Greetings, fanboys. This is Brandon.
And this is Jared.
And today we have our review of Movie Masters General Zod for you by Mattel.
Of course, Mattel's Movie Masters line has been a staple ever since The Dark Knight came out. And it's an interesting toy line. It's had its ups and downs, and we're here to tell you whether or not General Zod is one of those ups or one of those downs. The answer is a little more complicated than it may seem. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at Zod. Or Michael Zodman.
General Shannon.
General Shannon. General Zanin.
General
Zanon.
Michael.
Alrighty, folks, here is our closer look at the Movie Masters Michael Shannon General Zod.
Yes, we are very stoked to finally have a 6-inch collector's action figure of fellow Kentucky native actor Michael Shannon. So here he is as General Zod from the Man of Steel film, and if you've seen our review of Movie Master Superman, and we hope you have, in fact we'll link it somewhere right around here to make sure that you have, you'll see that Zod shares the nearly identical body sculpt with Superman. Now, the sculpt is very good. No detail was left to the imagination on the front and the back. The major difference is that where the S-shield is on the Superman figure, General Zod has his own brand new symbol created for the film. And, of course, the major distinction is the new Michael Shannon head sculpt. Now, unfortunately, the likeness, for my taste, is just a little bit soft. It doesn't quite scream Michael Shannon to me. Now, it's definitely there. I know who it... Obviously, we know who it's supposed to be because of the film, but, you know, you can look at it and you can see Shannon, but it's just a little fuzzy. There are painted prototype shots on the internet that are much better, so somewhere in the manufacturing process, they lost a little bit of detail.
Much like Superman, General Zod suffers from a little bit of the big fist syndrome. However, because General Zod's head is so much larger than Superman, it actually balances out quite a bit, so that works. Now, one interesting thing to note is that we can actually see a little bit more of the back detail because there's no cape plug-in for General Zod, and so we can see all that cool detail on the back, and there's kind of a neat circular design. Zod's paint job, of course, uses a two-tone black, so we can see some of the detail in the outfit. I think that maybe some of the solutions to the problems with the sculpt might have been if Mattel had painted the lips just a tad, so we could have kind of gotten Michael Shannon's kind of bizarre way he holds his lips that kind of makes him stand out from other actors. Also, I think the paint on the pupils maybe could have been a tad different, a little bit more color.
Like the sculpt, if you've seen our review of Superman, you know what to expect as far as articulation. Very good. All your essential joints. The one issue with Zod, unfortunately, is that his head, even though it's on a ball joint, doesn't really lean back at all. Superman's leans back quite a bit, but Zod's, I can't get to lean back whatsoever. I don't know if that's a general problem with the Zod Movie Masters, or if it's a unique issue with this particular figure. If, knowing Mattel the way that we do, if I had to guess, I'd say it's a universal problem. So Zod can't really fly and look straight ahead the way Superman kind of can. So if he's going to fly, he's looking down at the ground.
Now, one thing General Zod can do is he can look down in shame.
Yes. So while he's on trial and cuffed, like in the recent trailer, there you go. He can look very ashamed of himself. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, that General Zod is on trial for kicking a dog. Is that right?
Yeah, I think killing a puppy.
Yeah. So that is why Jarrell is putting him on trial, and it's despicable. So
it is. He's an awful villain.
General Zod includes one accessory, like Superman, an action figure stand. And I actually prefer this one because it's pretty much transparent. It's a very translucent gray plastic with a little bit of black detail. It's the new General Zod symbol. And the one detractor of these, of course, like Superman again, is that they're very small. I expected them to be larger when I saw them online. So he doesn't really stand on it very well. You can't get both feet flat on it. So it's better than nothing. It doesn't include anything else. Unfortunately, there's no build an item or build a figure with this wave like there was with the Dark Knight Rises or Green Lantern Movie Masters. We love Michael Shannon, obviously, and like we said about Michael Caine last year, about the Alfred Movie Master, it's great to get action figures of your favorite actors, so kudos to Mattel. You know, the likeness isn't the best, but it is definitely serviceable, so thank you, Mattel, for the Michael Shannon Collector's action figure.
Alrighty, folks, and that was our closer look at Michael Shannon, General Zod, from the Superman Movie Masters line from Mattel. Now, General Zod is, like we said, he's a good figure. He's solid as a movie master. He's not as bad as the worst movie masters, and he's not as good as the best movie masters.
Yes. That's not to say that he's middle of the road because he's really quite good, but just not good enough to really warrant spending $16 on, unfortunately.
Right. General Zod does not have as good a likeness as the Superman or Jor-El figures. He, of course, doesn't come with any sort of Build-A-Figure piece. He has the little display stand just like Superman does, only it's his symbol. However, there is no cape like Superman has. There's no extra armor or anything like Jor-El has. He has the very least to offer you of all the movie masters that are out right now.
And the truth is, he's mostly a reused Superman. You know, his arms and legs are just completely reused from the Superman mold. So really, you know, kind of cheap. As excited as we are to finally get an action figure of Michael Shannon, who we've liked for quite a long time, it's just not a $16 figure, unfortunately. So we really can only give him 3.5 out of 5 stars comfortably.
That's right, 3.5 out of 5 stars, because even though General Zod is a highly suggested figure from us, he just doesn't quite cut it in the value. And even Superman, who doesn't include any sort of Build-A-Figure piece, at least has that gigantic cape, and that's something.
It's funny because even though it is a detractor on value, I sort of appreciate the fact that you're not hamstrung into collecting all of them to get a Build-A-Figure or a Build-An-Item piece.
It's true.
You know, last year it was, you know, you had to buy a reissue of Batman, you had to buy the Alfred figure, you know, even if you didn't necessarily want them. If you wanted all that Bat Signal, you had to get every figure. So, you know, this time you can really pick and choose more freely.
And with that in mind, guys, be sure to check out all of our other Man of Steel reviews. Hopefully they're littering the screen right now in annotations. Of course, we do many other kinds of reviews here at Fanboys Forever, all of them action figure. And we hope to see you then.
Folks, this has been Brandon.
And this has been Jared.
Until next time, Fanboys Forever. Signing out.
Is this a gang sign? Or
keeping it
just like more, I want twice as much peace in the world?
Maybe you want twice as much Now,
pizza.
what we all really want to see is Zod with, this is John Blake from the Dark Knight Rises toy line from last year. If you were a fan of the 2012 film Premium Rush, you can finally have Michael Shannon chase around and try to kill Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So, you know, our Hollywood action figure fantasies are finally coming to life thanks to Mattel's Movie Master line. In fact, here we go. Here's the little 3 3/4 motorcycle. So it's not quite a bike, but we'll get Blake on there all the same.
This motorcycle came with the
cycle split, or split cycle Superman. And so he can deliver his message, and Michael Shannon can try and get him.
You get back here. It's my ticket.
I want that money.